nice laugh, are you?
Australian legends!
Hey!
Sir, can you knock?
What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI. This is Parasite. This won Best Picture in 2019, I think. And the way I know that is because I did a Patreon movie poll where I only picked Oscar winners for Best Picture, and this won by a landslide. Then Schindler's List, and then after that it was a whole bunch of other stuff. But Parasite is what you guys want to see, so ask and you shall receive. Speaking of Patreon, if you want a full-length version of this reaction, go to patreon.com/FWCI. That's where you can get it. It's $5 redos a month, and you get early access to a whole bunch of other stuff, including my movie reactions. So this movie looks dark. Is it like a little bit of a horror movie? Because I'm not that, what's the word I'm looking for? Experienced in horror movies. I've watched a couple on the channel. They didn't really scare me too much. I watched The Thing, like the OG one from 1984, and then I watched Get Out. I really want to watch Nope and Us, I think is the other one. The Jordan Peele ones. But that's pretty much it. Have I watched any other horror on here? Maybe I feel like I have. Oh yes, that's right. I watched the Vanilla Ice movie. That was pretty horror bull. Hey? Get it? Alright. If you haven't already realized, I'm a pretty happy, jokey, funny person, and I like to joke and have fun throughout my reactions. I don't know if this one's going to be super duper duper serious, but just a heads up, I'm probably going to be having fun throughout. So let's jump into it, because I don't know what the hell to speculate. Actually, and I do know that this is a Korean movie and it's going to be subtitles. I always use subtitles anyway, so no problem for me. Let's do it. This is Parasite. All you had to do was entertain the damn people, CJ. Song Kang-ho. Alright. I'll do my best to remember the character names. I did pretty good during Squid Game, actually, remembering like how to pronounce them and stuff like that and who was who. Because it's very foreign, for lack of a better term, for me watching like Asian movies with the names, because I can't even really tell the difference between like a man's name and a woman's name in like some Asian dialects, so I'll do my best.
암호를 거셨다 드디어.
아, 암호. 문자고 카톡이고 다 안 되는 거야?
그치.
So these people just very, very poor?
커피나라 투지. 이 근처에 카페 새로 생긴 건가?
You know what? At least you can get signal in the bathroom.
이 서서 하는구나. 이게
아우, 얘는 다리.
Oh, what? So wait, whoa! There's pizza boxes everywhere. They own the pizzeria, or are they trying to get a job there?
그래. 요새 곱등이 너무 많아.
Oh, I don't think you should be doing this, guys. That's not free extermination. That's.
내가 아까 다들 그랬지?
닫을까요?
I don't want to eat your pizzas.
넷 중 하나는 불량인 거지.
정말 돈 10% 떼고 주겠다는 거예요, 지금?
So does that mean the old man's not doing them right, or? Oh wait, this is the pizza boxes that have been covered in pesticide shit.
면접 보러 가겠습니다. 몇 시가 좋을지.
아니 저기 잠깐만.
Times are tough for this family. They're certainly on hard times. Dusty Rhodes knows exactly what they're going through.
싸지 마세요.
응?
Oh wow, yeah, this place sucks to live in.
정신 차려 정신!
네 친구 박력 있다.
역시 대학생이라 그리고 기세가 다르다, 기세가.
Alright.
기후 만나러 간다고 하니까 저희 할아버지께서 이걸 꼭 갖다 주라고 하셔가지고.
What? So his grandfather's got this rock? What's going on with this?
아래층, 위층, 거실, 서재 이 수석들이 꽉 차 있는 상태입니다. 근데 특히 이 돌은 가정에 많은 재물운과 합격운을 몰고 오는
You
집이면서
know what we could do with some material wealth for sure.
먹을 거 사오지.
Material wealth can buy food, lady.
네가 내 대신 얘 과외 선생님 좀 해줘라, 영어.
Oh, what? Okay, sweet.
이때 새끼들이 다혜 근처에 얼씬거리는 것 자체가 기분이 너무 더러워.
He's got a thing for the chick that he's tutoring, and he knows that this guy will definitely be doing it for the money. Smart move.
우리 사귀자고 하려고. 그러니까 그때까지면 네가 잘 좀 챙겨줘라. 너
Right, okay. So is she not like 18 yet? Is that the situation?
네가 10배는 더 잘 가르칠 걸 매일같이 술 처먹는 대학생 씹새끼들보다?
Okay, well, it's a nice little thing. But he was in the military, this guy? This child?
그 집 사모님이 뭐랄까. 사모님이 심플해. 영애 심플.
심플?
Young and simple, does that mean like ditzy and bit of a bimbo?
서울대학교 문서 위조학과 뭐 이런 거 없나? 야, 이 기정이에 수석 입학하겠다.
Oh, okay. I thought they were forging it against him.
아버지는 네가 자랑스럽다.
Yeah, his old man's depressed, like really depressed. Alright, let's go use our fraudulent credentials to get a job. Just like your greatest hero in all the world, Korskeet.
My educational situation is up front.
What?
Dang, the hell of a fucking little crib you got here, everybody. Look at this place. Wow, I would imagine in like Korea, that is just absurd having that much lawn.
그분이 다 직접 지으셨고. 지금이야 뭐 보다.
Wow, this house is absolutely insane. Oh, what the hell's going on? She likes the drinky winky? She likes men quite a bit from the sounds of things.
성적하고는 별개로. 뭔 얘기인지 아시죠?
What do you mean regardless of her grades? Men, what are you doing?
민혁쌤이 갑자기 유학을 간다니까 이건 뭐.
Min is fucking the mum, isn't he?
여기 민혁쌤 같은 어떤 레벨이 아니라면 뭐 굳이 무슨 의미가 있나 뭐 이런.
Wow. Alright, drunkie, calm down.
보고 싶어서 수업 어떻게 하시는지. Is it okay with you?
It is okay with me. What is going on here? She's a blackout drunk, and I'm pretty sure she's trying to have sex with this dude. Or this is a scary movie and she's trying to do something way worse. If this is like Human Centipede,
시험이라는 게 뭐야? 앞으로 치고 나가는 거야.
exams like slashing through a jungle? Come on, guys. You take these exams way too seriously.
기세. 알겠어?
Jesus, he's an intense tutor.
물가 상승률 봐서 약간 올렸어요.
감사합니다.
Oh, thank you very much.
정식으로 인사들 하세요. 여기 다 영어 케빈 쌤이라 부르기로. 아이고.
Kevin is our guy's name. I didn't realize Kevin was a very popular name in Korea. What is this kid's doing? What is this kid doing? I'm very invested in this world that they're building right here.
매니아라 그 쌤 영향을 받은 건지 참.
I mean, they keep saying Indian. Are you supposed to say Native American now? Are they trying to illustrate that this lady's kind of ignorant?
요거 한번 보세요.
It's not bad.
침팬지를 그린 거죠?
자화상이에요.
Whoops.
시큰한 친구가 엄청 독특한 수업을 하면서 애들을 꽉 잡는다고 소문이 참.
Oh, and he's fixing her up and getting his sister a job? Oh, smart man. Well done, Kevin.
근데 이 친구 약속 잡기 되게 어렵다던데.
Wow, so they're really like sneaky. I guess they're stealing Wi-Fi and all that shit.
외동딸 일리노이 시카고 과선배는 김치모 그는 이사촌.
Really? Good method.
다송이 죄다 설정인 거.
What? What do you mean he's faking it?
뭔지 아시죠? 아 진짜 소름 돋아. 걔 괜히 막 일상생활 어눌한 척하고 그런다요?
What? So is her brother like autistic or something, maybe?
그게 너 문제 푸는 거랑 뭔 상관이야?
그냥 그렇다고요.
And clearly she just needs somebody she can connect with. Where's Min? Or do we want Min in the picture? I don't know about Min yet.
제시카 여자친구죠.
No.
예쁘지? 미모라고 할 수 있지.
That's his sister though, isn't it? This poor bastard. What was that all about? Oh, the heart doesn't lie. I mean, at least these two are both still in high school though, right?
아이고, 다송이 일어나. 다송아, 일어나. 똥. 보시다시피 해가지고
내려가 계세요.
And now she's not dealing well with not having access or bit of a control freak. What is going on with this family?
매실청 2개 타서 다송이 방으로 갖고 올라가세요. 언니는 학부모가 아니니까 들어가도 되는 거지.
Oh my god, really? Just relax for an hour. Although we don't know what their intentions are now, so maybe do panic.
다송이는 올라가 있어.
What is the vibe that Jessica is giving off?
자리 좀 비켜줘요.
Manners, Jessica. You rolled up into their house and you're just like, you go here, you go there.
그림 우측하단 이쪽 부분을 스키조프레니아 존이라고 해서 신경 정신과적 징후가 잘 드러나는 곳으로 보거든.
She's so full of shit. She's a good liar.
월화목금 주 4회 2시간씩 수업 필요하고요. 그렇기 때문에 저의 급여가 상당히 높은 수준으로 책정이 될 거.
Wow, 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 guys. Good work. Get that money. Might as well.
뭐 애기 아빠인가 보다.
Oh, what's the dad like? We don't know about him. We know the mum is dumb.
시간 어때요? 아 괜찮습니다. 그럼 뭐 쌤 좀 모셔도 되지 뭐. 어?
Oh no, where are you going to take her?
맞습니다. 어차피 뭐 저는 오늘 업무도 다 끝난
해와역에서
상태고.
내릴게요.
아 비도 올 것 같은데. 네, 전철 말고 벤츠로 쭉 가시죠.
저 해와역 3번 출구에서 남자친구 만나기로 했거든.
What the hell are you doing? I thought you had to get off and go to the train station. What the hell? To be continued?
그럼 우리 바로 진행하는 거야?
내가 그 집 벤츠에
Oh, that's what it was about.
많이들 먹어라. 어? 실컷.
아니 네가 왜 생색을 내냐? 밥은 애들이 사는데.
자,
That's a good point. You didn't pay for any of this, but appreciate you giving me the permission to gorge.
치료? 검색한 거 썰 좀 풀었더니 헐 갑자기 막 쳐 울더라니까. 미친년 내가 어이가 없어가지고.
Yeah, they've got her played like a fiddle. I feel a little bit bad for the mum now because she is a little bit dumb and very, not dumb, easily convinced. Very gullible. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't sniff them. There you go. New fucking chauffeur now. Jesus Christ.
나 윤기자 이런 사람인지 몰랐는데.
아니 당신 월급 꽤 많이 주지 않나?
In Korea, is someone who bangs in a limo a kind of guy? I didn't realize it was such a identity. Can you throw them away, please? Why are they on the table?
아직 왜 선을 넘어오는 걸까?
Why not in his seat?
병을 떨어뜨리면 직성이 풀리나?
Yeah.
근데 지금 진짜로 이상한 게 뭔 것 같아?
Go on.
근데 어떻게 입던 팬티를 까먹고 갈 수가 있지? 따라서 나는 그 여자의 상태가 매우 의심스럽다 이건데 이해가 돼?
The blank look on her face just then was amazing.
오마이 필로폰 코카인 막 이런 거.
What?
당신이 점잖고 무난한 핑계거리 하나 만들어서 조용히 내보낼 수 있지. 뭐 빤스니 카섹스니 그딴 것들 아예 언급 자체를 하지 말고. 아 우리까지 수준 떨어질 수는 없잖아.
그러니까.
Wow. Jessica, you...
아이 그럼 어떻게 잠깐만 좀 떼어줘.
힘들게 됐어요. 약간의 불미스러운 사건.
뭐 어떤 사건?
아유.
No, you brought it up now. Spill it.
엄청 젠틀하고 쿨하시던데.
아유 우리 제시카 아직 어려서 뭘 몰라 선생. 사람 많이 안 겪어봐서.
Wow. The undertones of that sentence right there with everything that we know that's going on.
근데 저희 큰아빠 근무지가 최근에 시카고로 바뀌셔서
상당히 관심이 가는데 만나뵐 수 있을까 혹시?
It's weird that they reference American cities so much in this. And then they're using English names? Is that like, I don't know. Oh, Christ. Now we have to teach this old man how to drive a new car?
30년 가까이 먹다 보니까 저절로 그리 됐지요.
저도 한 가지를 오래 하신 분들 중요합니다.
사실 이 직업이 단순하다면 단순합니다.
Alright, are we going to use that little bit of information that he likes people that have worked in their field for a long time to get the mum in there now as the cook or so? Oh, we're getting rid of the housekeeper, aren't we? Is this Parasite or Saltburn?
그리고 그 집 사람들 통틀어서 그 집에서 제일 오래 산 것도 그 여자야.
Yep, here we go. Let's get the housekeeper out.
이 집 관리 정말 잘하는 아줌마니까 계속 쓰시죠 그러면서.
집주인은 바뀌었는데 가정부는 안 바뀐 케이스구만.
So she's worked there since the architect was there? Wow.
우리 집은 복숭아는 못 먹어요. 금지괄.
Why are peaches forbidden?
알레르기가 있다는 거야. 그 왜 복숭아 그 겉에가 완전 다 털이잖아.
You're gonna kill her if you do this.
어머, 우리 아줌마네요?
아이고 맞구나 이거. 어떡하지 이거?
통화하고 있는 거네 지금?
그게 제가 들으려고 들은 게 아니라 제가 들으려고 들은 게 아닌데 통화 내용이 또
They're scripting it and rehearsing it? That's amazing.
그 활동성 결핵 판정을 받았다고 누구에게 막 전화로 막
TB? What? She got the consumption? Is she Arthur Morgan? What is this? No, they don't.
집에 다송이 같은 어린애도 있는데 결핵 환자가 부엌에서 설거지하고 음식도 만들고 침도 튀기고
Spraying spittle. Oh my god, I can't believe this is working. Well done though. I mean, you guys needed money, but where's it gonna end? I'm getting Saltburn vibes, maybe not completely, but like, are they gonna just occupy the house? I thought that tomato sauce looked like blood. Oh my god. This movie is... this is crazy shit. The tone of this is a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. I'm glad. Because I'm enjoying this.
오늘 이거 애들 아빠한테 꼭 비밀로 해주세요.
Are we going to break them up now? What the fuck?
결핵 환자를 집에 데리고 있었다는 게 그분 귀에 들어가면은 전 완전 교수형 플러스.
Technically, you went into the TB patient's home, kind of. What are you doing? Okay.
손 씻으셨어요.
So wait, not an alcoholic, just depressed, overwhelmed? Bye. Bye. Off you go.
원래 우리 그 아주머니가 갈비찜 진짜 잘하셨거든.
그 저기 그제 관두신 그
Well, funny you should say that because I happen to know the perfect housekeeper. My sister's nephew's soccer coach. There's always like degrees of separation when they make up this bullshit.
다솜이 엄마가 원래부터 집안일에 재능이 없어요. 청소도 못하고 음식 진짜 맛없고.
I feel bad for the wife.
사랑이라고 봐야지.
그럼 이거를 한번.
What is it then? Is it love or is it not love? Is this we'll call it love shit?
뭐 제 얘기는 하실 필요 없고요. 대표님께서 직접 알아본 업체라고 말씀하시면서 드리면은.
그래요, 네.
Wow, wow. They're doing such a good job weaving this lie without it seeming too obvious.
전현 저거 사기를 쳤어도 대성하려는데 전현이.
보이스톤 참 좋지. 나 닮았어.
They're all just shysters.
가족관계 증명서, 신분증 사본,
Oh shit.
소득 증빙 서류, 바로 열고 토지.
Now they're just gonna start taking out credit cards or loans and stuff in their name. Property title. We're getting this house. Alright, and by the way, I said this is like Saltburn. I know this came before Saltburn, so Saltburn is like this, is what I should say. I better get the order of that right the way around because the Lord of the Rings fans were not happy when I said Gandalf is like Dumbledore instead of the other way around.
수업 중에 절대 들어오지 마요. 네.
Holy shit.
이놈의 새끼 아빠 여자가 무전기가 줘.
Hey. Next thing you know, you'll be having car sex, which means you're one of those people.
똑같다. 둘이 내.
Oh, yeah. Do they smell like pesticide, for example?
카쌤한테서도 비슷한 냄새가 나는데.
This kid, he's onto it. He's onto it.
미디아 신박 사장님께 이 자리를 빌어 감사의 기도를 드리고 그리고 민혁이
Yeah, you better thank Min. You owe a lot, all of this to him, pretty much. Whoa. Oh God.
와.
나 그냥 집에 남아서 영어 공부하면 안 돼? 케빈쌤 오시라 해서?
That sounds a little bit obvious there, doesn't it?
신나게 가자, 어?
그래 다혜야 이게 단순한 캠핑이 아니잖아.
그치.
Wait, they're all leaving on a camping trip? Oh shit.
한이가 마보코 일본 개 왔어. 네. 아 그리고 쭈니 걔는 산책할 때 끈을 좀 길게 해줘요. 그놈은 사방으로 마구 뛰어다니니까 직성이 틀려. 그러니까
She's a sweet lady. She's a sweet lady with a heart of gold. She's just very, very, very easily swayed, which honestly makes this a terrifying tale because you trust somebody, that's the vulnerability that you can give that allows people to do shit like this. And you can't just go around the world not trusting people, so it's always oh my God, look at them. They're just having a great time out there in the yard.
집에 누워서 하늘 보고 있는 거거든.
I'm gazing at the sky from home. It's great. Holy shit, man. That's so sad as well. We live in Australia. We got sky all over the place. Any one of these rooms is the size of their entire other house, I feel like. What did that hit? I don't know, now I see why the house in this movie is so goddamn beautiful. We have to just be sitting here in awe and jealousy of these people right now.
와, 진짜 극혐. 계획이를 네가 왜 읽냐?
Excuse me? You're all scumbags. How about that?
걔도 저 되게 좋아하고요.
Yeah, but you're grifting her family, man. Although he's not really. He is teaching her English.
그럼 이 집이 이게 너의 처갓집이 되는 거네?
That's a good point as well.
그러면 엄마 아빠 역할은 대역 배우들이 와서 해주면 되는 거고. 얘도 작년에 결혼식 하객 알바 졸라 많이 뛰었잖아.
나는 생판 모르는 년 부캐까지 받았어.
역도 연기력이지만 이 댁 식구들 참.
Yes, I agree. They are very gullible.
나한테 있었어 뭐? 나는 더 착하지. 착해.
Nicer. All right, calm down. Why do I not believe a word of that, by the way?
우리가 제일 문제잖아. 우리 걱정만 하면 되잖아. 어?
Yeah, I agree with that. You guys, I mean, you're desperate. You're very desperate.
이 부잣집 분위기랑 잘 맞아. 우리랑은 달라.
조카.
이 남궁 현자 선생님의 이 걸작 하우스에서 어디가 네 말 쏙 드냐 이 말이지.
아, 몰라, 씨발. 일단 살게 해줘봐. 내가 살면 고민을 해볼게.
I don't know if you're gonna have to wait very long. This house seems to be up for grabs in this movie.
이게 듣자 하니까
They're angry, arguing drunks as well, are they? Whoa, yes they are. Yay, easy there.
죽어요.
What is going on in her head right now?
열이었으면 넌 죽었지, 씨발.
Oh my god, these guys are cooked.
아니 이 양반이 왜?
Oh.
부엌 지하실에 제 물건을 깜빡 놔두고 온 게 있어가지고요.
제가 이제 관둘 때 워낙 급하게 쫓겨났거든요.
Sorry, you got tuberculosis. Leave me alone. Go away. How is this going to go bad? This is not good. This is creepy and weird.
같이 내려가 보시겠어요?
What is this? She's been there since the architect was there. What the fuck does she know about the basement in this place? doing? Hidden something? Yes, you did scare me. What the hell is going on here? What is this? What is happening? Where is this going?
근데 배가 너무
Oh my god. What the hell? Is he like a disabled husband or something like that?
저기 좋은 분이셔. 저분
A son, I guess, maybe? I can't tell. Oh, wait.
사람끼리 그저 충석이 언니.
We're moving into this little thing in the basement, aren't we?
아유 맛있다. 근데요 얼굴 왜 이래?
그거는 나중에.
Yeah, what did happen to your face?
도대체 언제부터 여기 산 거야 남편이? 어머 가만히 있어봐. 지금 4년째인가?
4 years.
어쨌든가 이사 오는 다송이한테는 얘기를 안 한 거지 여기를.
What?
돈도 없고 빚만 있어요.
What is his deal? This is getting weird.
그놈들 아직도 쫓아다녀요. 이 사람 계속 쑤셔버린다고. 다쳤었니?
That's gross. Oh, you use loan sharks? Come on.
왕수익 카스테라 가게가 망해갖고.
Oh, so they very much could have just ended up being the same as these guys. Fuck. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Now you're just gonna look like a hypocrite.
용기사 갑자기 잘릴 때부터 이상하더라니.
Yeah, it was weird.
니네 뭐
얘기 좀 해요.
일가족 사기단 뭐 이런 거냐? 저기 동생은 얼어 죽을 아가리 닥쳐 이 개쌍년아.
Okay.
어차피 이판사판이야. 다 같이 경찰서 가든지 감방에 가든지 이참에 에브리바디 끝장을 보자 이거.
아줌마! She's fiery.
올라가자 여보. 당신 오랜만에 프레시한 공기 좀 마셔야 돼.
Yeah, 4 years without any fresh air. Look at this guy. Jesus Christ. That is creepy.
완전히 무슨 미사일 버튼이네.
Is it just?
응야는 최고 령도자 김정은 동지께서는 오늘
Wow.
중국의 지령을 내리셨다. 역시 종북 개그의 지존 사랑해요.
They have a special connection, I guess. Oof.
아 김정은 동지 똑바로 안 들어 이것들아. 손 번쩍.
Oh my god.
니네는 여기서 기껏 한다는 짓이 개같이 술이나 처먹고 어? 남구현자 선생님의 예술원이 숨어있는.
Good point. They're pretty drunk as well. This is fucking psycho.
그분의 그 어떤 예술적
Wow. So they had this kind of like really sweet, balanced, peaceful thing. But they said 4 years he was down there. So 4 years with a break here or there. Oh! Nice, nice, nice. Oh! 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 Oh, shit! Is this the family calling? What time is it though? What are they ringing for?
냉장고에 한우 체크살도 있으니까 그것도 좀 넣으시고.
Wait.
그러면 저 캠핑장은
완전 난리 났었어요.
storming.
생난리.
The dumbass kid said it wasn't going to be rain clouds. Wow. He's not a genius.
들리세요? 파이팅!
짜파구리가 뭐야?
Are they going to start working together? Fuck. They're going to make her ribs, aren't they? Like her special signature ribs. Holy shit. Did they pull that off? Because that's nuts. Oh. Was that a death fall? Oh no, what does that do? Oh, thank God. Really? They think it's automated?
오늘도 잘 먹여주시고 재워주시고 리스펙트!
Whoa, okay, so he's got like a weird worship of this guy because he secretly lives in his basement. Fucking that's a lot.
르스부어
쟤는 어째?
Morse code. Wait a minute.
다솜이가 1학년 때 귀신을 봤잖아요, 집에서.
Dasong saw a ghost, did he? Or was it this creepy dude?
막 먹다가
Fucking terrifying, man. Holy shit. That gave me Twin Peaks vibes just then.
나한테 본 적 있어요? 아니요. 그게 응급처치를 15분 안에 못하면 진짜 끝장이거든.
I don't know if that's how it works, but keep going.
너는 정으로 다 사는 거지.
Wow, so he and his missus get busy down there quite a bit. And safely as well. Last thing you need is to have a kid in these circumstances. He just can't stand listening to this creepy guy creep on about his creepy, crazy shit. She might be dead, yeah. This is so tense. This whole bit. Both families in the house at the same time. So where are we going? Are we sneaking out?
다솜 뭐해?
He's obsessed with the Native Americans. Is that like a big metaphor for something here? Is the poor family about to like colonize this house in some way, metaphorically?
저 텐트 저거 빗물 안 쓰겠지?
아, 저거 미즈 텐트잖아요. 괜찮습니다.
US is known for its good tent manufacturing. Oh no, you can't sleep out here.
아유, 저놈 자식 그냥.
That is unbelievably claustrophobic.
은은하게 차 안에 퍼지는 냄새인데 그 뭐라 그래야 되냐 그거.
노인 냄새.
아니야 그런 거 아니야. 그 뭐야 그거. 아, 그 오래된 무말랭이 냄새?
You smell like an old radish, okay? Look at those moves, by the way. Jesus Christ, Korea. You guys really know how to do one of these scenes. Fuck.
그 싸구려 빨 수 있어? 아, 윤기 사연이 흘리고 간 빨 수 있잖아.
You what, mate? Oh my god. And buy me drugs. Yeah, this is pretty fucking uncomfortable, isn't it? Oh, don't get caught. Do not get caught, man.
푹신한 침대로 가서 자구려 오바.
아 그래. 그건 싫구려 오빠.
야, 밖에서...
Ooh, you got lucky there, buddy. With your dirty ass feet. What is going on there? And it's crazy that that house is still, like, in a big built up area. Like, that's a hell of an expensive bit of land you got there. Yeah, this is a hell of a journey home for you guys. Talk about a reality check.
민혁이라면 이 상황에서 어떻게 했을까?
What? How much does Min know?
민혁 오빠한테 절대 이런 일이 안 생기지!
That's a good point. Min wouldn't be in this situation. He's got whatever dong. Is that the no? That's Vietnamese. Vietnamese currency.
아빠가 생각이.
Oh no, he's got a plan. What is your plan?
그냥 있어 여기 똥물이야 똥물. 창문이.
Oh no. Oh. So now they're gonna have no house. It's all flooded out. All right, she's alive at least.
아씨 어지럽네.
She is an absolute machine, man. Oh my god. And that sewage water as well, it is just raining shit all over them.
나 따라해봐. 청소.
Oh, yeah, what is the significance of this rock? How is this going to come into it? Schrodinger's rock? Is that what it is? Well, by the way, kid, it's the ghost trying to get you. Oh, I don't even know whose like side I'm on right now. Oh my god. Because these guys seem like real victims as well, but they're freaky as hell. And then these ones are scumbags. Now there's thousands of displaced people. Shit.
절대 실패하지 않는 계획이 만주라네. 무계획이야, 무계획. 계획을 하면 반드시 계획대로 안 되거든, 인생.
It's a bleak outlook, and I don't completely agree, but for somebody in his circumstances, yeah, I get it.
애초부터 아무 계획이 없으니까 뭐가 터져도 다 상관없는 거야.
Alright, that's kind of interesting advice, to be honest. Oh, alright, that went a bit far, though.
죄송해요. 처음부터.
What are you apologizing for? You've done more for this family than anyone, by the list, as far as what I can see.
얘가 자꾸 나한테 달라붙는 거예요. 진짜로요. 얘가 자꾸 날 따라와요.
What was that all about? Yeah, what is that rock all about? Serious, legit question. Tell me about that.
제시카쌤, 일요일 아침에 죄송해요.
Why, they just let their son sleep outside in, like, flood-level rainfall.
내가 김 기사님하고 벌써 통화했어. 빨리 좀 오시라고. 주말 수당 따로 드리기로.
퍼펙트.
Get that overtime, Mr. Kim. Oh, and this family is so oblivious. What is going to be the smoking gun? And when I say smoking gun, I mean smoldering crater in the ground smoking gun that blows this whole thing apart.
다송이 텐트를 가운데 놓고 테이블들이 이렇게 커브를 그리면서.
Wow, they really worship their son, don't they?
그렇지.
We're getting day drunk now, having a whole bunch of people around to get day drunk.
아줌마. 애가 아직 자요.
오늘.
I like the mum, she's hilarious.
그리고 선물은 절대 사오지 마. 진짜로.
Yeah, you probably smell like sewage, man. Badly of sewage. You were swimming in it. Kevin the Kisser. Kevin. When I think Kevin, I think of like someone's dad with a moustache, grilling a barbecue, talking about cricket.
잘 어울리냐고 여기.
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you weirdo?
더 밑에.
우와, 오빠 이게 뭐야?
Yeah, what are you doing with the giant, jagged, heavy rock, man?
그래서 행진 비슷한 거 할 거예요. 그때 우리가 짜잔 하고 나타나가지고 제시카 쌤을 습격하는 겁니다. 이 인디안 도끼 막 휘두르면서.
Okay, alright. So it's Indians versus Indians? What is going on here?
어차피 오늘 근무인 거죠 이게. 그냥 뭐 이게 일의 연장이라고 생각하시고. 네?
Yeah, what's going on with the old man? Mr. Kim, we'll call him. He seems to be developing a lot of resentment towards this couple over this last, like, 10 minutes of the movie.
그래, 다음번에 꼭 와. 아유, 제시카 여기 있었네. 이게 너무 맛있네요. 죽이죠.
He's going down there to finish him off, isn't he? So is the plan finish him off, then never tell anybody the thing exists? Oh, fuck. Well done, Butterfingers. She might already be dead, to be honest. She had a concussion and then she's just laying there saying, I can't see you, to her husband. I think she might be toast already, and he's... Oh... And he's not going anywhere either.
저기요.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Ravel that thing up, man. Come on. Oh. Done? That would have to be a kill blow. Oh no, and we've got this beautiful party happening in the garden with cellos and singing. And now this bloody lunatic is gonna come out there with a friggin' death rock. See you later, Kevin. Okay, just one more for good measure. Holy shit. Oh, no! Oh! Oh! Yeah. Oh, the trauma of this kid. You talk about his trauma cake. Yeah, oh my god, this is just breaking down. Oh shit. Yeah, come on. You guys with the tomahawks, let's do this. What? Is anyone gonna help her or what? Oh, she don't need no help. Oh, really doesn't.
안녕하세요, 박사장님.
나라?
리스펙트!
Oh, and it's that smell. He just looks at him the exact same way. Oh, shit. Yeah, I was waiting for him to snap. Okay, yeah, what was the plan? There is no plan, isn't that what he said in the end? But fucking... I guess. He said, when you have no plan, nothing can go wrong, but... Eesh. Now we sneak to the arcade next door because we're in the middle of a city.
변명할 수 있는 기회가
전혀
있어서
형사같이 안 생긴.
Yeah, hang on a second.
뇌수술 직후에는 이런 경우가 있어요. 뭐 자꾸 웃는 거죠. 아무 이유 없이. 여기 내 말 들려요?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, of course, he got his head bashed in.
저기 변명할 수 있는 기회도 있고.
So he just winds up brain dead.
주거 침입.
Ooh, this isn't good.
일은 많았지만 그래도 운 좋게.
Probation? Alright, lucky. She died? Oh, fuck. And he's got neurological issues now and he just laughs.
구체적인 범행 동기와 목적을 파악하는 것에서부터
They still don't know about the room.
주택가 골목을 통해 유유히 사라졌습니다.
So he disappeared? He's just on the run?
근데 형사분들만 괜히 우리 미행을 한다고 졸라 고생들을 하시고.
Wow, now they're just surveilled for the rest of their life. This is like a bleak, almost Black Mirror-ish kind of ending.
그 산에 올랐습니다.
Is he gonna leave some egos up here? What's going on?
계속 더 지켜보고 싶었습니다.
Wait, he came back? And went back downstairs?
너라면 혹시 이 편지를 읽을 수도 있겠구나. 너는 보이스카우트 출신이니까 혹시나 싶어서 이런 식으로 편지를 써본다.
So now he's just living in there. Holy shit. He's got the old Pip and Mary theory. The closer you are to danger, the further you are from harm. Something along those lines?
기정이 생각이 자주 울긴 하지만
Yeah, I bet it does.
그날 벌어진 일들은 지금도 실감이 잘 안 난다.
Doggo, what are you doing, mate?
순간 깨달았다. 어디로 가야 되는?
Ooh. Well done. That's from when the old lady first showed up and cut the CCTV. And this is intelligent as well. Go straight back in there and then go back to the hiding spot that nobody knows exists.
워낙 끔찍한 사건이 일어난 집이니까 당연히 집이 금방 팔리지 않을 테고.
Are you sure it's a pretty goddamn nice house? Crime or no crime, you're getting a good price.
문광님을 예의를 갖춰서 보내드릴 수가 있었는데.
Oh, he buried her. Oh, wow, wow.
지발 뭐 최선을 다한 거지.
It's very noble of you, to be honest.
들 밖으로 나다니는 가족인데 네메시, 이 붙박이 가정부가 24시간 집에 있다 보니까 나는 부엌에 한 번씩 올라갈 때마다
Yeah, I bet you do.
오늘은 그나마 너한테 편지라도 한 통 썼구나. 밤마다 이렇게 편지를 꾹꾹 눌러서 보내다 보면
Oh my god, he does that every single night, an entire fucking letter.
저는 오늘 계획을 세웠습니다. 근본적인 계획입니다.
Oh. Okay, we're getting rid of the rock. That seems like a good idea.
뭐 다 좋지만 일단 돈부터 벌겠습니다.
So what, years later he buys the house?
이사 들어간 날에는 저는 엄마랑 정원에 있을게요.
And the old man gets to live there, you know, openly then, at that point. He's looking pretty good for however many years this has been. Am I understanding this right? Yeah, go enjoy the yard where you stabbed that guy, by the way. And they finally get to share a moment of, like, grieving and empathy and sympathy with each other. Fucking hell, that was a dark, dark way to do that scene. I like it, though. It was good. And who's living here now?
그날이 올 때까지 건강하세요. 그럼 이만.
I'm a bit confused about the ending of this, actually. I thought he was like brain dead. How did he get all the money to buy the house? Bong Joon-ho? I need a little bit of extra context to this. I'm going to do that right now too. Okay, it's been about 24 hours since I watched this movie, and as soon as I finished watching it and I recorded my little outro, I just couldn't stop thinking about it more and more and more, and I immediately was like, my outro does not cover what I think about this movie. So we're gonna have a bit of a deep dive. I've spent the last 24 hours editing this. I watched it again with my partner and just looked up some theories and explanations and stuff that I've seen from people online. And I'm gonna go through each character from this movie and talk about them. But first of all, my overall thoughts, this movie is sensational. It's a great story that they've told. They did an amazing job of making us know the characters well in the surprisingly short runtime. It's only just 2 hours in length, and I feel like the overall story of this could really have been 2 movies. Like, it's 2 completely separate stories almost. So there's the first story where the Kim family are infiltrating this house and kind of taking it over from within, and then you've got like a whole second half of the story where you find out that the guy is living downstairs. So the fact that they were able to tell those stories and still build these characters and still make it feel exciting and thoughtful and well explained and still keep it to a fairly digestible runtime, for me that's a pretty significant achievement. And I feel like some movies are just too long. That's just my opinion, but this one was perfect, and I can see why it got Best Picture in 2019. It's just a whole other animal compared to your average movie, for sure. So I have seen that there's a lot of symbolism with things going up and things going down, and the big like theme of this movie is, you know, the upper class is above the lower class and the lower class is below the upper class. It's all about who's above and who's below and stuff like that. So I definitely picked up a lot of that on my second watch through. And what I really am curious about is the stone that what's his name? Kevin gets given. I mean, I've got the proper names written here, which we'll get into. But Kevin gets given that stone, and I'm so curious about why he latched onto it the way that he did. And I don't know. I understand that it symbolized, you know, physical wealth or whatever it was, material wealth. But he really, really connected to that in a real desperate kind of way. So, I don't know. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get to Kevin. But let's start with the character of Min. What I want to know is, what is his history and his motivation? Is he like a professional shyster on a much higher level? That's why he's going abroad, because he's about to go and scam his way into some kind of like, you know, high-end company. I don't know. He seemed like a supportive friend, but in retrospect, you look back and you're like, a lot of stuff that he said was kind of peculiar. I want to know if he was trying to groom Dahai, I think it is. Was he trying to groom her? Because he he's in college and she's in high school, and he's saying, oh, when she gets to college, I'm going to ask her out then. But that already feels very unsettling, and why are you even a part of that conversation with this high school teenager anyway? So that gave me weird vibes about Min as well. And my other thing is, was he having an affair with Yonkyo, the mother in the family? So he said some stuff and she said some stuff that really indicated that that is what was happening. So that tells us a lot about that character as well. And the big question when it comes to Min is, did Min know that Ki-woo and his family would take advantage of the parks? Because they all seem to be very, very crooked, and they have this history of, maybe not a history of grifting, but they've certainly started to get into that now. And I wonder what Min knew about that, because he did point out that the mother was quite dim-witted. And what did Min know? That's the point. And as we get into the Kim family, Jessica, aka Ki-jung, played by Park So-dem, she was really good. I enjoyed this character quite a bit. In fact, she might be my favorite. Oh, it's really hard. It's a toss-up between her and the mum. But some things that I noticed about that character is that both Ki-jung and Dong-ik, the father who owns the house, they're shown watching TV in that really spacious, beautiful bathroom, leaning back in there. And in fact, Ki-woo makes a comment about that, like, you look like you belong here. So it's interesting that they both were shown doing that, considering I think they were both the smartest one of their respective families, and then both of them are fatally stabbed on the lawn as well. So I'm not sure what the connection is between those two characters, but just some duality that I noticed with her and the character of Dong-ik. Forgive all my pronunciation throughout this entire thing, let's just go with it. I've got here that she was the smartest one in the family, and maybe could have actually helped the family make it out of poverty, whether that's through legitimate means or through illegal kind of means. She seemed to be very, very capable. I've got here that she was the only person who made sense and said, think about us, we're the ones that need help, during the big drinking scene. I just thought it was interesting that all three of the other family members, they were just drinking and laughing and being kind of reckless when you think about it, considering they should be trying to, like, keep it low-key. They shouldn't be, like, just pissing on, like, in the lounge room and stuff like that. So, I don't know, Ki-jung seemed to be the one that was still like, guys, we are not out of the shit yet. Very smart, very sharp. And I've got that she was cool as hell, because she just was. I loved every scene that she was in. The big question with Ki-jung is, what would she have become if she didn't die? I think it's a big tragedy that we lost that character at the end. I don't think she deserved to die, even though, you know, there's a lot of characters that, you know, didn't exactly endear themselves to everybody around them throughout this movie. But what do you think she would have done? I think she would have gone on to do some major league counterfeiting. That's the, I mean, if she went to Oxford and would have got best marks for it, then I think that's what she would have done. But let me know in the comments, what do you think Ki-jung would have done if she was not stabbed by the crazy man downstairs? Let's talk about my old mate Kevin, aka Ki-woo, played by Choi Woo-shik. There we go. I don't know what I feel about this character. Was he as innocent as the movie kind of portrayed him to be? Because he was pretty strategic about getting his foot in the door. Is it just a case where it spiraled out of control for him? Because, I don't know, he could either be, depending on who you are and what your perspective is, you might either look at him as being this incredibly sentimental and, you know, surrogate for the audience kind of character, or you could see him as an absolute monster. I don't know. It can be either or. He suffered laughing as a side effect of his brain surgery, which is a cruel twist of fate that after all that, he can't control his laughter, and, you know, in such a miserable time of his life, that was a really dark way to, you know, continue his story after that head wound. Very much like his father, he took everything to heart. I think that's why he was going to finish the two off down in the basement, because he felt responsible for getting his family into this mess. And I mean, The Rock is an interesting way to try and do it, but I don't know, it was a very, very, it was him taking a lot of personal accountability for everything that was going on. I did see that there was a song where they worked out how many years he would actually have to work to pay off that house, and it was 500 and something years, so he's never paying off that house. That little, you know, daydream that we had at the end there, now that I understand exactly what that is, yeah, that's not happening, guy. That was just a real hopeful thinking there. But the other question is, does he have true love for Dahai? Like, he seemed to genuinely be into her, but he also used the same language that Min used, so I don't know what that then means in terms of the genuine nature or the sincerity of both of them, but I feel like in a weird way we saw a connection with Dahai and Ki-woo towards the end of this movie, especially at the end of this movie as she carried him like a backpack. Like an absolute beast, by the way. That's dead weight. He's bigger than her. Like, what's her name? Dahai, she doesn't fuck around. Maybe she should be doing hammer throw. And the big question is, what was with his connection with the stone? Was it just desperation and that was like a symbol of something? Was he just genuinely caught up in the superstition that this would bring wealth into your house or whatever it was? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on Ki-woo and the stone as well. I'm very, very interested to hear everybody's theories on all of these things that I'm discussing here. And these are just random little dot points that I've come up with after watching the movie twice and editing it once. Alright, this one should be interesting. Kim Kai-tak, played by Song Kang-ho. Great character. There's a lot to talk about with this one here. He had a lot going on throughout this under the surface. Not so much on the surface, under the surface is where it was all happening with this guy. I've got here that he truly loved his wife and he despised Dong-ik for being so flippant about his own loved ones, in particular Dong-ik's wife, because when he's talking about love and you can tell that Dong-ik doesn't really love his wife. He's like, we'll call it love. Like, he doesn't respect his wife. I don't know if that means he does love her. That's a bit more of a existential question we all have to ask ourselves, I guess. But I really felt that he didn't have a great deal of respect for his wife. And Kim Kai-tak, he felt it. He really didn't appreciate that. And that was a part of his journey to the point where he snaps. He was severely depressed at the beginning of the movie. He's just laying there pretending to be asleep. That is the behavior of somebody with intense depression. And at the end of the movie, he was also very depressed. Let's not forget that bit there. And I found him to be very ashamed of his lower class status throughout this movie. A lot of the conversations with Dong-ik and stuff that he overheard at certain moments definitely made Kim Kai-tak, I'm never going to get him right. It makes Mr. Kim feel very, very bad about himself. And that's what caused him to finally snap when Dong-ik wanted him to drive his son to the hospital after having a seizure without any cause of the woman who just got stabbed on his front lawn that was just bleeding out. Whether it was his daughter or not, he just saw that Dong-ik really wasn't very compassionate to anybody else in a big way. He will also very likely live downstairs and then just die there, unless the German family moves out and the place gets demolished or something like that. But they paint him as almost a comedic character in this movie, and it's a good misdirect because he's the character that ends up snapping. And even though they threaded throughout this movie these moments where he was feeling truly down and sad and in pain and, you know, having these emotional moments, they still had the character deliver enough moments in a comedic kind of way where it sort of took the edge off of that a little bit and sort of lowers the audience's guard on him. Even though when you watch it back, you're like, no, all the signs are there. You enjoy watching his character as well, so you don't really see it coming the way that it does. And, you know, the ending of this movie all happens so suddenly as well, which just made it even more exciting and unpredictable when it was all going down. What I want to know about Kim Kai-tak is, what was his plan? Was it a plan to remove himself from the equation? I don't know how that would have worked, and if he is living in there, I feel like that would still be a potential thing that he might do. But what was he talking about? Because he certainly came up with a plan at some point around the middle of the movie, but we never really got to find out what it was exactly. So again, comments, let me know. What was the plan, man? What was the plan? By the way, I decided to wear the t-shirt of my favorite horror movie as well. Chung Suk, played by Zhang Yai-jin. If I'm saying any of that correctly, give me 10 points. 10 points. Highly entertaining character. She was kind of of all the family members, she was definitely the one that had the least storyline related stuff going on. Everybody else sort of had their big moment, but she didn't really have as many sort of significant moments throughout this movie, but she was a very pivotal part of the plot and the characters and everything like that. She played along the morbid joke with her husband, threatening to punch her in the face, which was very unexpected, but again, that showed in a very twisted way the genuine love that these two have, that he would never lay a finger on her, and they think it's so funny that he would even pretend to do that because, you know, they're catching the kids off guard, like, hey, we're drunk, let's pretend this. And I just find that to be kind of a sweet moment between the two of them in a very bizarre kind of way. And also, with that being said, she shares a morbid sense of humor with Moon Guang, the housekeeper, as well. More about her later on, but both of them have very, very dark senses of humor, which I find interesting. I would describe her as the fiercest member of the family. She was definitely the one who was sort of stepping up to Moon Guang when they catch them down in the basement there. And it's just something about the way she kind of conducted herself. Even though she was in the background, she seemed to really be almost not the leader, but the backbone of the family more than anything else. And, you know, I like that about that character. She wasn't just a background character. She actually had stuff to do. And let's not forget, she killed Moon Guang. 100%. In fact, my big question for her is how is she going to deal with the guilt knowing that she murdered this woman, even though it was by accident? She took a life during this show. So she did not come out of the situation in this movie without any scars. She's definitely going to have a hard time dealing with that. And, you know, survivor's guilt, she's going to be dealing with a lot. All right, let's talk about the Park family. Park Dong-ik, played by Lee Sun-kyun. Hopefully I got that right. Hypocritical and stupid. Didn't like this guy one bit. I thought he was just repulsive. And he was not repulsive in a very obvious and in-your-face kind of way. Just the things that he did, like if you look at it through a judgmental lens, it really makes your skin crawl in a lot of ways. And again, not in like a cartoonist supervillainy kind of way, in like a real-world ignorance kind of way. He's extremely judgmental and arrogant, especially towards the staff, especially towards his poor driver. Jesus Christ. Treat the man like he's got some kind of like out-of-control fetish because he thinks he's banging in his car. But again, he just really condescending and, as we'll find out later, hypocritical. His job, he makes VR games. What a douche. He and his wife refused to be honest when they were firing the staff. They refused to actually explain what they were being fired for. And that was the thing that allowed the parasite to spread throughout their house and the family to sort of move in and assume all these roles where they had all this, you know, all this power over them. He fetishized lower class life, and I mean, everyone's always got that, hey baby, why don't you put on some ripped fishnets and, you know, we'll meet in the alley or whatever. Like, that's their like role play fantasy thing they like want to talk about. So I kind of get it, but the way that he did it, it wasn't even like in a silly, goofy, funny kind of way. It was just in like a condescending, really, really disrespectful and sincere kind of way. So it was fetish away all you want, people, but the way that went down, it did not feel like there was any level of respect for who they were talking about. And throughout the movie, he's completely ignorant to the insensitivity of the word Indian. And so was his son and his wife. And I wasn't sure if that was just like a cultural thing that me as an Australian watching a Korean movie, I was like, okay, maybe it's a thing still over there. But from what my research is, no, it is definitely a way of demonstrating the way the Park family is pretty, again, arrogant and ignorant to the plight of others. And I'm sure everybody watching this has heard this, but I'm going to tell the story just in case somebody else hasn't. The reason Native Americans were called Indians is because the Europeans, whoever it was, Columbus maybe, I don't know, whoever the first one was, they showed up to the continent of America thinking that it was India, and then when they met the Native Americans, they're like, brown skin, they must be Indians, and then Americans called them Indians for hundreds and hundreds of years that followed. My big question with Park Dong-ik is, was he cheating on his wife? I reckon he probably was. I mean, there was no indication in this movie that he was or wasn't, but he seems so morally absent, I guess, or morally bankrupt, that's probably the better way to put it, that I don't think he would be faithful to his wife. He certainly doesn't respect her. And I don't know, he just seems like a scummy douchebag. Let's talk about one of my favorite characters, Yeon Kyo, played by Cho Yeo-jeong. And I really like this character. I really like the actress who played her. She brought this character to life so much. The innocence and also the... something about the balance of this character. She didn't seem stern and like intimidating, but she also felt very intimidating at the same time while being kind of like easy to manipulate and kind of silly and not silly, but more just like naive, I guess is really the word. She's so naive. I've written as she's a typical sheltered, privileged adult who is also gullible and easily influenced. That probably sums it up nicely. She's highly anxious, and in comparison to when Mr. Kim was feeling distressed, I found that Yeon Kyo, and this goes back to the upper-lower, metaphor that's throughout, Yeon Kyo was very heightened. Like very worried, very external, and very stuff like that. Whereas you compare that to Mr. Kim, when he was depressed, he was just laying there pretending to be asleep. I don't know if I'm reading too much into that, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. Just a theory. A film theory. Hope Matt Pat is enjoying his retirement. I don't think she was a good mother to Dahai. They seem to have a lot of beef, and she didn't give the kid any beef when they made the fancy rondon or whatever it was. And I don't know, something about that, I feel like that was very telling of their relationship in general. And they seem to really worship the son more so than the daughter, I got a vibe of. So I don't think she's the greatest mum, to be completely honest, and I don't think that's through any malicious intent. I just think she's that kind of not interested in what other people have to do or say. Was she having sex with Min? I think so. She seemed to be very disappointed that he was going abroad. And as I mentioned before, when they were fetishizing, lower class life, she's a hypocrite, exactly like her husband, because they judged that driver so much. They judged him more on the quality of the underwear that they found in his car, more so than his capacity to do the job. Because they were talking about how cheap it was and everything like that, and then that must have got them all turned on. And by the way, they started going at it when they could smell Mr. Kim, because they were like, oh, poor people, I'm aroused now. Like, we didn't see all of it, but I'm sure that they have freaky deaky sex that's, pretty on the nose, we'll say. This character experienced an incredible amount of loss at the end, so what is life like for Yeon Kyo after the murders? Did she lose her entire family on the same day? Her son, we'll talk about him more. Is he alive or dead? I think that's up for debate. And what's going on with her daughter? Because they really don't seem to have the best relationship. So in my hypothetical, where are they now? She's on her own, probably with a whole ton of cash, but very much on her own, probably just doing nothing, just sitting around the house all day. Dahai, the daughter. We're just gonna call her the daughter. I can't figure that one out. Played by Park Myung-hoon. Interesting character. A lot to talk about with this one as well. Was she having a physical relationship with Min and then Ki-woo as well? That's a very that's 2 for 2, let's just say. And she was very jealous immediately. As soon as Jessica showed up in the home, she was instantly jealous and getting possessive over Ki-woo. So I don't know what it is with her and English tutors, to be honest. And I don't know where the mum comes into that as well, because she's obviously banging Min at the same time. So I don't know where all that went, but I just feel like she is not... she's not innocent in this. She's very proactive. She's not just sitting there letting things happen around her. She has her hands on the wheel of her own day-to-day and her own destiny and stuff like that. She seems incredibly selfish, but she did save Kevin from the party, which is a very interesting detail that we'll get to in a moment. She did punch her brother in the back of the head, and she was trivializing her brother's autism as well, which I think he's autistic. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. Just trivializing it and, trying to say that he was faking it and things like that. Really kind of malicious intent at that point to try and discredit her family and things like that. But the big question is, did she love Ki-woo so much that that's why she carried him to safety at the end? Because it was a hell of a task to get Ki-woo up on her back and then carry him and then save his life. Let's not forget, that's exactly where it ended up happening. But is that because they were actually in love with each other? Did they genuinely find love in the middle of this crazy situation, and it's very weird. By the way, I'm assuming that Kiwoo is also high school age. I'm pretty sure he is. If he's not, then forget anything I just said about any of that, and Kiwoo can go to hell. But I don't think it is. I think he's a high school student, so it's not creepy or anything like that. But the character of Dahi, there was a lot going on there that we haven't seen, and that makes me want to see more of this family in this universe. Just, it must be the sign of a good movie maker, a good storyteller or something like that, because you get a glimpse of something and then your head just starts like going through all these scenarios and stuff like that. And if a character is rich enough and if they've left enough meat off the bone for people to fill in the blanks and stuff like that, then I think that's the sign of a good movie. And I'm obsessed with all of the characters in this movie. Da-song, played by Jung Hyun Jun. Can't pronounce it. I'm just going to keep fighting through. Bear with me. I think that character is possibly autistic, the way it was described by a lot of people. He seemed to have certain habits and things that he would do that made me feel that way. I don't know if that's autism or trauma, which was caused by seeing Jun-si walking up the stairs when he was a kid. Oh my god. That would traumatize anybody. And speaking of Jun-si, that's what the drawings were that Da-song was drawing, with the big eyes and everything like that. That's what he's still drawing. So I feel like he's still processing what he saw there. But we'll talk about what happened at the end of the movie in just a sec. I've just got a note here that he stays outdoors on his birthday because it's the anniversary and he's terrified that he's going to see this freaky ass ghost coming up the cellar door again when, you know, it's his next birthday on the anniversary, and rightly so. I'm a little bit worried about it myself. How much does he know and not speak of? Because we've already established that he's a bit quiet and, you know, he's a little bit different to most kids. That's where I get the autism idea from. But he saw Jun-si's message, even though it was incorrectly spelled. So he knows stuff. That kid definitely knows stuff. When he is outside in the teepee, and the light comes on, he's like, emergency, emergency. That's when Mr. Kim is sneaking out. Like, can he see them? Like, does he have trouble communicating properly? Is he crying out, trying to tell people what's going on, and his parents just don't take it seriously because they think he's just some kid with trauma and that's how it manifests, kind of thing. And how did Jessica manage to tame him in one lesson? Because he was very well behaved after that very brief lesson there with Jessica. But this character was very interesting. He was very lively. My missus enjoyed him in particular. She thought he was just a hilarious wild child just running around being crazy. But I think, again, sign of a good movie. So much more to unpack with this character. What does he know? What doesn't he know? What is really going on with it? What are the parents limiting from him? Things like that. But the big questions for Da-song is, did he die? Because the Mini Cooper was definitely blocking the Mercedes-Benz in the garage. And if he didn't die, is he now just a complete nervous wreck? Because the ghost that he feared for all these years came to life and stabbed his father right in front of him at his birthday party. I mean, I can't imagine anything more traumatizing for this child. So I don't know if he's dead or if he's just in, like, you know, permanent state of anxiety, like, for the rest of his life now, because that was a lot to go through for Da-song. And let's get to probably two of the most interesting characters in this movie. Firstly, Moon Gwang, played by Lee Jung-yoon. I think she was a great pick for that role. She was the double-sided personality. That's what I've written on the thing. Just flip-flopped from being the sweet, very confident, very stable housekeeper to being this desperate woman down on her luck with nothing to her name, to then becoming a complete psychopath, then to becoming a corpse. She's got range, let's say that. But that character was just as much of a shyster as the rest of the family was, but she managed to find a grift that she could just ride out, presumably for the rest of her life. But she must be faking her story with the parks and doing a good job with it as well, because she clearly doesn't have a home. They hate poor people. They would not let her in their house if they knew that she was poor. They would immediately misplace something and then accuse her of stealing or something along those lines. So she's clearly lying to them in order to, you know, live the life that she needs to live and to stash her husband in the basement when you put it that way, they have a weird relationship. We'll get more to that. She would go on to be buried in the yard, which is actually kind of a weird silver lining and like a sweet moment in this, considering how long she was actually at that house. She's a seemingly loving wife, and she just wanted to care for her husband. She's a very powerful, strong-willed woman, and just trying to stay afloat. And it just makes me wonder, if she wasn't in this situation here, if she had a little bit of a better leg up and things like that, what would she have been doing? Because she seems to be incredibly intelligent and incredibly quick and capable and decisive about her decisions, and that's where she got to where she was originally. Equally as ruthless as Chung Suk, it's funny that the women in these families were probably in terms of violence, were probably more the aggressors than the men. I'm just remembering how it ends. Yeah, old mate has a big bit of violence there, but before that moment and that particular, before the murders happened, we'll say, it was definitely the women at the forefront of each family, faction, negotiating and dealing with everything. And I don't know, I liked that. I really like this actress and I really like this character. Has a bit of a morbid sense of humor, exactly the same as Chung Suk, the whole South Korean dictator thing. That was kind of weird. I'm going to talk about that with the husband in a second. And I got here that what happened to her face before she returned to the house? Was she just living on the streets? Did she have a fight with someone? Did she beat the shit out of somebody? Did she kill somebody? I mean, I don't really know what to make of this woman anymore, but we never got an answer to what happened to her mouth. She did have the busted lip before she face planted, trying to open up the secret doorway thing. But I want to know what happened in that, few days between when she left and when she came back. And why was she feeding him with a bottle and then made him fillet a banana? And that's where their relationship starts to get a little bit strange. How did she become the housekeeper for the architect? She didn't have the money. Like, what? How did she grift her way into being the architect's housekeeper in the beginning? Or was she doing that first and then their life went to shit afterwards, so she just moved the husband in? I guess that's probably what it was. But I don't know, I want to know more about her relationship with the architect and her relationship with the house in particular, because it just seemed like she was the rightful owner of the house, which is why I think it's a sweet moment that she ended up with her trendy hillside tree burial. But seeing her flip from the desperate person that she was to this absolutely insane power controlling kind of person, it was amazing acting, and I loved the turn for that character. And last but not least, Jeon-si, played by Park Myung-hoon. Oh my god, this guy, is that his name? Wasn't that somebody else's fucking name? Forgive me, Park Myung-hoon is Jeon-si, and the actress named Jung Ji-so is the one who played Da-hai. Whew, I'm gonna have a very sore tongue by the end of this little outro here. And by the way, thanks for sticking around this long through the video. Wow, I don't know if this character's mentally ill or if he's just kind of stir crazy from the 4 years of isolation down there. He seems to like it, but I don't know what his capacity to make that decision actually is. And if he does like it, it's still probably not that healthy for him, and he should probably think of something else. Either way, he's highly disturbed, but very formidable, not just physically, mentally. He's doing the Morse code stuff and things like that. He had a very specific plan lined up when Kevin goes back downstairs and drops the rock and everything like that. So he was a scary character. He was very scary because you didn't know where he was coming from. In fact, the age of those two characters, Jun-si and Moon Gwang, very ambiguous, I feel like. I don't know if they were supposed to be in their 50s or whether they were supposed to be in their 30s or like what the deal was. So that just added more weirdness to it because he was very, very physical when he did, sort of come to life, so to speak. Same as Mr. Kim, Jun-si loved his wife, and at the end, when you think about it, he killed in her name. She said, remember this person's name, and he went after her and was trying to avenge her. It's love. It is a kind of love. I don't recommend it though, just saying. Something interesting I found with them, even when he was out of the basement, he was still underneath his wife. She was on top of him, giving him a massage. Then she was on top of him when she was doing the North Korean dictator shtick as well. So it's very odd that even after being underground for so long, he comes out, he still doesn't want to just like sit up and you know, sit on top of anything. He still wants to feel like there's something on top of him, which is, again, just more examples of his trauma. And obviously, the scene of him coming up the stairs, I'm guessing that's iconic because that scared the ever-living shit out of me. Looked absolutely terrifying. Shout out to that actor, Park Myung-hun. He can certainly look scary as shit. Let's just put it that way. I didn't really have any big questions for him. I mean, we kind of know most of his story other than what he was doing before, so I want to know, was he the original architect? I don't know what the timeline is. Maybe this theory makes no sense. If it doesn't make any sense, is he the ancestor of the original architect? He seemed to really like that house. He was like, I love being down here. I feel comfortable down here. A weird part of me felt like, is that the architect? Is that what she means when like, oh, because I think they did explain what it was, but the architect left and then the housekeeper stayed, and something just seemed a little bit strange about that whole story. So I'm shooting from the hip. This probably doesn't make any sense, but let me know in the comments if you like my wild fan theory that Jun-si was really the architect, Gamarong Gong or whatever his name was, and he's now just crazy, voluntarily living in the basement, which does make sense because he can really come out anytime as he wants. But I can't wait to hear from you about this one down in the comments. This movie was absolutely amazing. I hope you go to patreon.com/FWCI and join me for the full-length reaction of this one as well, because there was a lot to take on. I feel like I should do another reaction now that I actually know what I'm looking for and stuff like that. But if you want to watch me bewildered, that's where you can do it. Please give me your forgiveness in advance because I'm going to try and do the outro in Korean. And as always, everyone, 잘 지냈어요, 안녕히 계세요, 친구들 dobrze. 다음 영상 에세요 만나요. Peace out.